Hey, YouTube people, I'm Chloe, just letting you know that. This is like one of my first real YouTube videos that I've actually made for YouTube, not just been like, oh, I think I should post that because it's in my videos and it should go on YouTube. This is my real one, so if I mess up and I sound really retarded, don't judge me because I've never really worked with this before, so yeah. I just thought, maybe I could do videos on like how to help people and like maybe some anime and stuff because I like anime. But anyway, so I think today I'm going to make a YouTube video on a little bit of how to deal with like love, mainly long distance. A little bit, I don't know everything about love. I mean, no one really knows everything about love. So if I screw up or whatever, or if you think, oh, well, that's not right, just go with whatever you want. I mean, I don't know everything, so I'm just gonna tell you what I think I know, my opinions and all that stuff. So basically, right now, I am in love with a boy from England. I live in America, so this is a little complicated because, I mean, he lives like thousands of miles away, and it's hard, man. It's hard, but since we accidentally, we just bumped into each other online, I've checked and I've found out in many ways to know he's not a creeper. He is who he says he is, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, so that's all covered and stuff. But the problem is he lives really far away, which isn't too hard for me, but when I get stressed out, it'd be nice to be held. But I'll tell you what, when you're in love with someone, sorry, my battery's dying. When you're in love with someone, you gotta respect the little things. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Alright, you may have a boyfriend or a girlfriend if you're a guy with a girlfriend. You may say, oh, well, she or he doesn't do this, or he's doing too much of this, or whatever, You gotta respect the little things. I mean, yes, there are times where you're gonna need to step up and say, I don't like what you're doing, because there can be things that your mate is doing, wrong things and you don't like that, or they're, not doing enough. You should just mention it to them. But you really need to respect the little things, honestly, because if you go through life all the time saying, oh, well, they didn't do this or this, so I don't like them anymore. You can't do that, because for all you know, they're trying their hardest. I mean, they may not be perfect with love. They may be confused and just be like, I really don't know what to do. What if they think, oh, I could mess up if I say this? They could be so worried about being perfect for you that they may not do enough, or they may do too much. So if they're clingy, I mean, mention it to them a little bit. Be like, hey, you're being a little clingy. Please back off a little bit. Could you just, give me a little space? I'm not trying to sound rude. I love you and all. Just back off a little bit. That would be good, because then you're not hurting their feelings too much. Or if they're, being too spacey with you, mention it a few times. Be like, hey, could we be a little closer? I really love you. I really care about you. I'd like it if we could be closer together and stuff, But still, you gotta respect the little things. Like if one day they randomly say, hey, I love you, or hey, you look beautiful today, respect that. Put that down on paper and be like, my loved ones told me to say. That's what I do. Whenever I was in love with that British boy, I would always write down every single thing that I thought was just amazing that he said. He didn't give me compliments all the time, which was, okay, because he wasn't going overboard with it, which, that was good. And so what I did, I just wrote down, this is what he did today. Today he told me that I'm beautiful, or today he said I love you. Just randomly said I love you, rather than, gotta go, bye, love you, He said I love you. But, just try to respect all the little things that people do for you. Because if you go on and you say, well, they're not doing enough of this, or they're doing too much of this, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to find a perfect boyfriend or perfect girlfriend ever. I'm not even kidding you. That only happens in like Cinderella and stuff. Man, I'm serious. You are not going to find a perfect person ever. That's why you gotta make your person perfect. They gotta be perfect for you. You have to say, you know what, you are perfect because you love me and you care about me, and you just make me happy. So when you're in love with someone, you got, or even if you're not in love and you just really care about them and want to have a good relationship with them, even if you don't expect to get married or whatever, that's okay. You know, just take into account that they're trying and that they care about you and that they think you're an important person. I mean, obviously, if they didn't think you were an important person, then they wouldn't be dating you. If they were like, oh, well, she's not important to me, then they'd probably dump you. I mean, there's not many cases where someone's dating you and they don't care about you, so they aren't dumping you. I mean, sometimes it's like that, but if it is like that, talk to them. I'm serious. Talk to them. Talk to your friends. If you don't like the relationship, you might want to get out of it without hurting the person too much. Because you don't want to go on and on and on in the relationship if you're not happy with it. Because, I mean, sometimes, honestly, when I'm in a relationship and I think I'm not happy with it, it's just because we're so happy together and so, like, calm and, like, we're not, like, settled down, like, in a house, but we're, like, we've been, like, if me and a person have been together long enough and, you know, we're really happy together and things are just kind of calmed down, that's sometimes when you get calmed down and it's not all, like, the first month of love, then things seem like you're not really in love with them anymore, but you kind of are. You still are, you're becoming comfortable with the whole situation. So if you start to say, well, I don't know if I love them anymore because things are going all calm and stuff, that's not always true. There are times where, you know, you could be in love with them, but things are just going smoothly, you know, because honestly, I have thought that before, and then when I thought that we were about to break up, I would start freaking out and crying and going, okay, you know what, I think I am in love with this person, I really think I do, you know, stuff like that. You just, like, sorry, didn't mean to put my hand in front of the camera, but you gotta, like, respect every little thing that goes on, everything. You gotta respect the things that they compliment you on. If they say something mean, don't always take it into account. I mean, yeah, sometimes when people say mean things, it's wrong, but, you know, they can be stressed, especially if you're in a long-distance relationship. People get stressed, and when they're texting you, you can't always tell what they're saying, so don't always take everything into account, because if they're texting you and they're, like, you know, being rude or whatever, just ignore it. Give them a little bit of space, or try to comfort them, you know, try to just be as happy as you can be. Don't get too snappy with them. Don't be like, I don't like you, or you're being a jerk today, so bye, you know, because it'll just upset them. Because, I mean, what if they had a horrible day and they don't feel like talking about it? Or what if they got, like, beat up? Like, what if, sometimes when guys get beat up, they don't like to tell their girlfriends about it because they don't want to look weak. Stuff like that. You know, little things, like, some guys don't like to talk about stuff like that. Some girls don't like to talk about their situations. So if someone's having a bad day, don't take everything into account. Trust me, that's always bad. If you always say, well, I think that you hate me today because you said this, not always true. Sometimes they're just having a bad day. Like, I've had times where I'll be talking to a guy and they'll be rude to me, and I'm like, wow. But then the next day, they're super sweet. They're just like, hey babe, I love you. And I'm like, oh, you're being really nice today. You know, they'll be like that for the next few days. You know, it could just be a bad time. So if you're going to break up with someone, make sure to wait a while. I'm not kidding. Like, wait a few days. Like, you know, like, let's say you're like, today. Let's say you say, well, this person has been rude to me for the past week. Well, you know what? Talk to them about it too. Talk about not really breaking up with them, but about their flaws a little bit. Be very careful. You know, you don't want to be like straight up, hey, you do this and it sucks, because that's gonna be a little rude. But if you say something like, hey, I'm not liking this very much about you. You know, like, be very calm about it, very careful. Kind of make like one of those compliment insult sandwiches where you say, I love you, but I think you're doing this wrong, but I'll help you because you're so sweet. You know, like, if the person is drunk all the time, be like, you know, I love you so much, but I really don't like that you're drinking, but I still love you, but, you know, I'll help you and stuff. You know, you really gotta be calm about that. I think I pretty much covered a lot of things that would help. if you watch this, I don't know how many people are even gonna watch this, but if you happen to watch this and you're like, hey, I wonder if this would happen, just like leave a comment or something. I haven't really worked out YouTube yet, so I may not get to you right away. Maybe like a month before I ever get to you and be like, hey, yeah. But yeah, okay, so let's see, what have I gone over? Respect every little thing. Don't get too upset over the anger or whatever, you know, if they're having a bad day, just leave them be. And if a guy or sometimes a girl, if they're upset and they don't want to talk to you, it's a bad idea to try and talk to them. If you keep spamming them and stuff, because I've done this before, I've tried spamming people before, it does not work out well. Trust me, it does not work out well at all, because they snap and they say, I want my alone time, leave me alone. But if you just leave them alone for a while, then randomly one morning wake up and be like, hey babe, how's it going? You know, they'll be fine. Sometimes it's a little hard, you gotta give them a little more time. Just, if you're fighting with someone, try to be the better person and just be sweet about it. Don't like go crazy on them and be like, well, you're screaming at me, so I'm gonna yell at you back. You know, like if you go crazy on them, it's not gonna end well at all. Like, I've had guys cuss me out, and I've cussed them out a little bit back, but it doesn't work. When you cuss someone back out, it doesn't work. It just makes the situation worse. If you really, really care more about the person than you do about your pride, then take my advice and don't flip out on them unless they really did do something wrong. Then don't necessarily flip out on them. But, you know, you could state your opinion. Just don't go overboard, because if you go overboard, you could end up losing the person and having your pride, which you may not like that situation. But, you know, do whatever you want, whatever suits you. But I just wouldn't go overboard, because that would be bad. I mean, in my case, I would not. No, I would not go overboard. Let's see what else to cover. Yeah. There's a lot of things to cover in love. If I think of something, I'll try to post it. I might post, you know, some videos specifically on what to respect. Pretty much everything. I'll try to, you know, post specific videos on stuff. I'll do the best I can. Sorry if I sound stupid right now. This is like my first YouTube video for real, like a real YouTube video. So yeah, just bear with me, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Bye.